think Ashton Jeanty has been on an absolute tear. This incredible young man's only played 6 games so far this year, and he's averaging 208 rushing yards per game. It is a joke.
A player who went from being overlooked to dominating college football, Ashton Jeanty is now a household name. Jeanty's journey is nothing short of incredible. A once ignored recruit, he is now the best running back in college football, leading Boise State in becoming the frontrunner for the 2024 Heisman Trophy. In this video, we're going to explore his humble beginnings, his rise to stardom, and why Ashton Jeanty is now the name everyone is talking about in college football. Before we dive into Ashton Jeanty's amazing journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on all things college football. Let's get into it. Ashton Jeanty wasn't always on the radar of college recruiters. Hailing from a small town, Jeanty attended Lone Star High School in Frisco, Texas. His journey began like many overlooked athletes, full of potential but often bypassed by the big programs. Despite being a standout in high school, Jeanty didn't receive the recognition or high-profile offers that many of his peers did. Jeanty displayed exceptional talent on the field. As a senior, he rushed for over 1,800 yards and racked up 41 touchdowns. His versatility wasn't limited to just running the ball. He also excelled in the passing game, showing his ability to be a dual threat out of the backfield. However, major programs overlooked him because he wasn't a prototypical 5-star recruit. In fact, Jeanty was a 3-star recruit, according to ESPN's recruiting rankings, and had only a handful of offers from mid-major programs like Boise State. He wasn't the flashiest player, but he possessed a unique skill set and the hunger to prove himself.
High school football fields in Texas where he was an overlooked 3-star recruit with offers from schools like Tulane, Kansas, and Cal. Well, he chose the blue turf.
Jeanty chose Boise State, a program with a history of turning underdogs into stars. Unknown to him, the decision would prove to be monumental for both him and the Broncos. Jeanty's transition from high school to college football was seamless. Arriving at Boise State, he immediately made a name for himself. During his freshman year in 2022, he contributed significantly to the Broncos' offense. He played in all 14 games with 2 starts, rushing for 821 yards and scoring 7 total touchdowns. His quick adaptation to the college game was a testament to his work ethic and talent. In the 2022 Frisco Bowl, he rushed for 178 yards with a touchdown. What really set Jeanty apart was his ability to contribute in all facets of the game. Whether running between the tackles or catching passes in open space, Jeanty became a reliable weapon for the Broncos. He quickly silenced any critics who doubted his size or recruiting ranking, showcasing that he could compete at the highest level. By the time his sophomore season arrived in 2023, Jeanty had evolved into one of the most complete running backs in the country. Jeanty returned to Boise State in 2023 and again shared duties with Holani. During that season, Jeanty led the team in rushing yards with 1,347 and 14 touchdowns. He also had 569 receiving yards, the second highest on the team and the most of any running back in the nation, with 5 receiving touchdowns.
Jeanty, another huge hole, this time off the right side. He cuts it back. Jeanty eluding tacklers, gets a block. He's got another touchdown.
He was second in the nation in yards from scrimmage and was named the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year. Boise State's offense revolved around him, and his dynamic play style made him a nightmare for opposing defenses. Despite his standout performance, Jeanty continued to fly under the radar of mainstream college football media. But as his game matured and Boise State surged to national prominence, people began to take notice. His rise from an overlooked recruit to a bona fide college football star was now undeniable. The 2024 season has been nothing short of a breakout campaign for Ashton Jeanty. So far, he leads the nation in rushing yards and touchdowns, averaging over 200 rushing yards per game, with a total of 1,248 yards. His dominance has not only solidified his position as the top running back in college football, but has also made him the clear favorite for the Heisman Trophy. In the 2024 season-opening game against Georgia Southern, Jeanty rushed for 267 yards, breaking a 46-year-old single-game record for Boise State, and 6 touchdowns, which tied the Paulson Stadium record in the Mountain West record. His rushing and scoring performance was the best of any FBS rusher during Week 1.
He's also on pace to be the first player in FBS history to have 100 rushes and average at least 10 yards per carry.
What makes Jeanty stand out even more this season is his versatility. He has proven time and time again that he's not just a one-dimensional back. He excels in pass protection, catches passes out of the backfield, and makes defenders miss with his vision and elusiveness. This season, he has over 39 receiving yards in 6 games and 17 touchdowns, further proving his worth as a dual-threat back. Boise State's resurgence this season is largely due to Jeanty's contributions. He has carried the Broncos to a 5-1 game summary season so far, and they are on the cusp of a college football playoff berth, thanks in large part to Jeanty's record-breaking performances. His ability to consistently perform in clutch moments has drawn comparisons to some of the greatest running backs in college football history. Jeanty has not only won over fans, but also earned respect from his peers and coaches across the country. Many experts now consider him the most complete running back in college football, and his name is already being etched into the conversation of Boise State legends like Kellen Moore and Ian Johnson. As the 2024 season progresses, the question isn't if Ashton Jeanty will win the Heisman, it's whether he will break records along the way.
He has been nearly unstoppable. Jeanty is currently on pace to break Barry Sanders' records for most rushing yards and most rushing touchdowns before the Heisman voting deadline on December 4th.
Jeanty's current trajectory has him on pace to surpass 2,000 rushing yards and 25 touchdowns by the season's end, numbers that would all but guarantee his Heisman win. His ability to deliver in high-pressure moments makes him not just the favorite for the award, but also a serious NFL prospect. While the Heisman Trophy would be a crowning achievement for Jeanty, his focus remains on helping Boise State continue their undefeated run. The Broncos are poised to make a deep run in the college football playoff, and with Jeanty leading the charge, they could potentially pull off a historic upset against some of the nation's top teams. Looking ahead, Jeanty's NFL future is also bright. Scouts are already projecting him as a top pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, thanks to his ability to contribute both as a runner and a receiver. If Jeanty continues on this path, he could follow in the footsteps of some of the NFL's most versatile backs, such as Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara. Ashton Jeanty's journey from an overlooked recruit to the best running back in college football is nothing short of remarkable. His rise to stardom is a testament to hard work, perseverance, and an unrelenting desire to prove his doubters wrong. As the Heisman Trophy favorite, Jeanty has cemented his place in college football history, and his story is far from over. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out more content on the channel. Keep an eye out for Ashton Jeanty as his journey continues to captivate college football fans everywhere.